get us a little. Which one do we want to start with? I guess we'll start with this one. The fuck happened there? Yep, I'm gonna put this one down. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this, but this is really weird. Let's try one more. I don't know if my ball's getting stuck in the pouch or what. No, that's all fucked. That's fucked. Let's put that one down. Hopefully it's not going to be the same problem with this band set. I've got this one on my other Avro, but it's the same bands. Let's see what happens here. That's shooting way better. I don't know what the fuck that was about. Whew. It's gonna be a rough day. Yo, Huggy, how you doing, bro? Yeah, Benny the Jet's up to no good. We had him out. I just let him down for like 3 seconds, and he dug 2 holes. So I was like, okay, that's it. You're coming in the house. I don't think I can wear the hat today. I got to be able to have a quick deploy of the glasses so I can chat with some people here. There we go. Let's give that other one a try. I don't know, there's something weird going on with the setup on the other Avro. I had a I guess I'll give you a full disclosure here. I just found a couple of band sets in a bag in my drawer, and I'm like, oh, I need some bands. I don't feel like cutting anything right now, but let's see if we could whip up a set and then go live and do some shooting. And sure enough, these ones were a set that I was using for, I don't even know what bands they are. They look like, they kind of look like cyan, but they're tapered from 22 to 14 on these. And I believe they're 0.4. The draw is really not that heavy. I believe they're 0.4. And I had a whole bunch of them set up for wrap and tuck. And I figured, okay, you know what? Since they're kind of mystery bands, I'll get a pair on the blue double core. I think I shot like 5 shots with it. And I had a bunch of them just shoot straight into the ground from up here with no straight shot, no speed bump, nothing. Just let it go, and had no idea where the shot was going. And I shot a few of them right into the grass and then through the fence, and I hit the front part of the catch box. See, again. And you'd think I'd be getting a frame hit or something when that's happening. There's nothing at all. So I really can't figure it out what the hell's going on. Yo, what's up, Hawk? I really can't figure out what the hell's going on or why it's happening or anything. So I think I'm just not going to shoot this one today, and I'll put a different band set on it. Again, see that? I'm not taking any risks. I feel like I'm going to get a return to sender with that for some fucking reason. Yeah. Tell me about Band of Bullseye. It's not good. It only seems to be only with that frame for whatever reason. And I don't know what the deal is. So I'm going to go back to the Red Avro where I'm actually hitting targets with it and see what's going on. But that one, it's just like all over. Even the bands, when I release them, they sound funny. I don't know. I really don't know. Weirdest shit I've ever seen. I've never had anything like that happen to me before. Can you tell me what the bands I'm shooting? I think I just covered that, but I'll hit you with it again. I basically just found some bands in a drawer. I believe they're cyan. I had them cut from 24 to 14, 22 to 14, sorry. And they were set up for 3/8 stuff. Yeah, so I can't really figure it out. What the hell's going on with that other one, but I don't seem to be having that weird all over the place with this set. And I got these out of the same bag. They're cut the exact same. Everything is the same. So I don't get it. The only thing I would say about these guys is, or with this set, is the other one. I have it wrap and tuck, so the active band length is about, it's slightly shorter than the other ones, but that's it. So if anything, it should be shooting faster, not all over the place like that. Seems fucking wacky to me. Well, luckily I have one other backup if these bands don't last. I've got a Kodiak from Jordan Smothers that we could shoot. And I believe I got some D's bands on there, the Neptune green, so I could take a couple of shots with that. I am struggling with the height on this one. It is going considerably faster, and I seem to be shooting a little high with it. So I just got to adjust my height. Shooting pretty dead straight, though, I'll tell you that. Except for that one. I was off to the right, but anyway, first time shooting again in 2 weeks. I think I shot twice in the month. Anyway, it's gonna take some warming up. That happens to me every once in a while. I put a new band set on, shoots wild, nowhere near the target. Can't figure out why. It's a fucking mystery. Yeah, it is, dude. I don't know. I've never had that happen to me before. That set is I don't know. It's like I'm nervous to shoot it. I don't know what the hell's going on. I think what I might do is just be careful taking them off and then try it again on the clip frame and see if that's got anything to do with it. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be a rough day. I'm dropping shit everywhere. Bazrath. That's 4 liters. For what? Well, here's the thing, John. This is a proven pouch. This is a pouch that I got from my buddy Gasper Akron out of Spain. I've done lots and lots of shooting with it. It's a great pouch. I love it. It's one of my go-tos whenever I'm out here shooting, and I've never had an issue with that pouch before. So I'm really at a loss. I don't know what the hell is going on with that, but I'm about to take that off, and I'm not going to be shooting that. Yeah, I seriously never had anything like that happen to me before, where all of a sudden, oh no, there was one time, I think I had some, I used to shoot bone pouches. I used to shoot bone pouches. Hey, hey, quiet. Quiet, no, no. I don't care. I don't care what your problem is. It's going to be a rough day. Yeah, anybody watch UFC last night? What do you guys think of that Gary Makachev fight? To be honest, it kind of reminded me of the George St. Pierre Matt Hughes first fight. There was a little too much respect being given there. Although I am a big fan of fighters being respectful towards each other, but there's also a point where you just got to go out there and do your thing, and not worry about what the other guy has done. And I think there was a lot of that going on with Ian Gary. Although he's a classy dude, I'll give him that. But he was, I don't know. It almost seemed to be he was a little starstruck, even in the pre-fight pressers, and later on in the fight, all the cuddles in between rounds and all that shit. I think I would have liked to see him be a little bit more aggressive, and I think it would have been a different fight. Although Makachev could have just caught him that way if he wasn't being more careful, but I definitely think there was a little too much respect being shown. But good fight all around, I have to say. It was exciting to watch. It was exciting to see somebody actually get up after being taken down, because usually it's like a death sentence once you get taken down by that dude. I don't think I finished my story anyway. I used to shoot these bone pouches from HDH. Great pouches. And I ended up getting one batch that was like, I don't know, the original batch that I had just a round hole in the center, and the second one had a slot. And when I was doing my shooting with the one with the slot, I couldn't get on target. I was all over the fucking place. And I literally made another band set with the one with the hole back in it, and I was tagging everything I was hitting again, and I couldn't quite figure out what the hell was going on, and I still haven't actually. I never really figured that one out, but I just went away from those, and I later ended up finding warrior pouches and started shooting the Mongol after that, and it was a little easier and a little cheaper to get them here in Canada, which was kind of nice. But then Burke stopped making them, which kind of sucks, because I absolutely love those pouches. Although the way I shoot today, I wouldn't mind having having those pouches, but slightly elongated by about another 5 centimeters. Whoa, 5 millimeters. 5 centimeters of crazy. I'll be shooting with a blanket. Oh, fuck. I'm stinking it up today. Well, these quarter inch are actually traveling pretty quick with these fatty bands on here. I'm curious to see if we'll get our punch through on that flipper. I think I got to hit the flipper, but I think we might be able to get that punch through on that flipper with this. We'll see. Vincent, what's up, man? Thanks for joining the chat. Yeah, having a little bit of trouble in the garden there recently. I've got this white powdery mold going fucking wild on my my squash. Now, I've heard that you could use things like peroxide mixes and all kinds of stuff to knock it back, and apparently it's the best shit ever. It doesn't fucking work. The more I spray it, the worse it gets, it seems. Anyway, hopefully it survives. I had a bunch of cabbages going too, and some fucking critter ate them. So it looks like I have 2 left that are working or surviving so far. I got some new cucumbers. Oh no, I got 3 left. Everything else is like fucking going down. Some little critters are getting in there eating them. I planted some more beans. And I got some eating holes in those too. So I got some diatomaceous earth arriving today. Hopefully we can kill whatever bug is in there nibbling on them. But it'd be nice to get that solved, just so I don't end up losing too much of my vegetables. But I think I might go and plant some more lettuce and some more more beans probably today, since the whatever it is killed my fucking cabbage. Yo, John, what's happening? Ooh, I can't shoot with these on, that's for sure. But it's pretty nice. Up here on the deck, I got a bunch of tomatoes coming ripe. I've got my Sart Rollois that are still growing, just not ripening up yet. I've got my Barry's Crazy Cherry Tomato. These ones are coming close. I'll show you one I got here. My Barry's, this is my Sweet 100s. Very tasty. My Barry's Crazy Cherry Tomato. I was surprised these are actually quite good. It's kind of hard to tell when they're perfectly ripe though, but good stuff. Yo, what's up, turtle? No, that guy's gone forever. That kind of sucks. I was really looking forward to shooting those that blue one today. I wasn't expecting to have that weird problem with the bands. Even though I was magnifying things that gals use in front of their recipe books, so you can see the screen and not have to deal with the glass. Oh, that's kind of genius, dude. I should probably look into that. I don't know if it'll help though. Oh, it might. It's gonna be the same thing, but just on the screen. It might work. Just kind of attach it, find a way to rig it so it's just in front of the bottom half. I guess it doesn't really matter as long as I can see the whole thing. Yeah, the glasses are a little annoying. Can't see anything close, so it's kind of like a have to have them. But I know when I was out in Algonquin doing my trip, whenever I had to tie on a lure, I had to pull up my glasses, and they're always filthy with like fucking sunscreen and sweat and gunk on them, and everything just takes longer. That's kind of the shitty thing of having your eyes fixed. In that case, anyway, I could see far perfect, but seeing close is a absolute shit show. I might look into one of those today, see if I can get that going. Yeah, I really don't like this this taper for these bands. I much prefer the 18 to 12. Yeah, this 22 to 14, just all of it. It's a little heavy. I'm not even quite sure how much faster it's shooting. Harder to control. Seems my release is all over the place. We've been shooting for what, a half hour now? Something like that. I should be locked in by this point. It's hard to tell, but I think I might have one that's ready of those Sart Rollois. Starting to turn a little yellow under the purple, which is good. I should show you this. Actually, it's a really gorgeous looking tomato. I'll give it one more good hit, and then I'll show you. I'll bring you in close and show it to you, or at least try to. There we go. That was a good one. The alternative was much worse. Yeah, I bet. There you go. Look at that. Look at that bad boy right there. It's kind of hard to see because I got branches and shit and leaves and everything in the way, but that guy's pretty close to ready. The inside and the body of this is supposed to be yellow, and wherever the sun blasts it, it kind of turns a purpley color. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's kind of hard to get in there. But this one here, you see the color difference between the two. It's got the nice purple top. And that other one might be ripe. Might be ready. I got this one there. This one's huge, but it's got a pretty bad cat's eye on the bottom of it. The rest of them are looking pretty good. Yeah. So we'll see how those turn out. I thought I muted it for a second. Yeah, the Barry's crazy cherry tomato. It's kind of short. I'm thinking I might replant it today. I'll take it out of that little pot that it's in and put it into one of these mixes, these big bags here. I got another one sitting over there on the ground with some potting mix. So I might do that today. Get that thing all dialed up. I don't know if you guys noticed that big ass gnarly looking tree that we had over here. They used to kind of grow into the catch box. I cut that down. It's gone. Got it piled up against the fence there. I'm just gonna let them dry out a little bit, and I'll toss them over the fence and let the winter take care of them. All the rabbits will have something to chew on during the winter. It'll help them out. They like those plum trees. Bootleg, how's it going, man? Yeah, you know what's crazy, John? You're saying it sucks getting old. I had a cataract surgery. I think I was 44. Yeah, probably had something to do with me doing a lot of tack welding and stuff without wearing the proper equipment. We used to cut light wall tubing, so we couldn't really squeeze it too hard. And we used to do a bundle cut, and we couldn't squeeze it too hard in our vices to keep it together. And they were all like a hexagon shape, so you had the 2 points touch on the side, and the top and bottom were really in contact. And we'd strap the shit out of them with metal bands, but they'd always end up slipping or spinning. So what we used to do is, for every bundle we would cut, we would weld all the pieces on the back end together. So you're looking at a honeycomb. We'd weld each piece 3 times to its neighbor with a bunch of tack welds. And there was 127 pieces in a bundle. Something like that, if I remember correctly. Anyway, we used to just give it little zaps. You close your eye, close your eye, close your eye, close your eye, close your eye. But then after doing like 12 bundles of that in a day, you kind of give up and you're just like zap, 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 zap. Yeah, really not good for the eyeballs. I was also never really a sunglasses guy either, so probably not the best. But I've started wearing them. I was always squinting. DJ, what's up, man? But I'll tell you what, I ended up before I got my surgery done, I could not believe how bad my eyes had gotten, because it kind of happens to you slowly. And then I started realizing at nighttime, like walking down the stairs at nighttime without turning on the light and waking everybody up in the house, that I couldn't see where I was going at night. And then when I was driving in the morning to work in a car, and I'm on the highway going this direction, and all the cars coming back in this direction, I couldn't drive in the left lane, because anytime a light would hit my eyeball, everything would just turn white. I couldn't see anything. And it was really, really bad. Yeah. Anyway, it was really good that I got the surgery done. I remember when I just walked out of the office, and we were in the car. My wife was driving me home, and I just looked through the clear things, and I could see everything. And even though my eyes were fucked up and dilated still, it was pretty impressive how much better I could see. I had the safety squint. Yeah, it was all about the safety squint, man. Yeah, definitely not the way to go. Yeah, I used to not wear gloves, and all kinds of shit. Just fucking, we got a job to do. Let's fucking go. And yeah, well, yeah, you pay the price as you get older, unfortunately. But here I am. Price has been paid. I've got weird ass lenses in my eyes now. And well, at least I'm able to see. I'm able to drive. All that part of it's good. Can shoot my slingshot. But reading a book is a challenge. Yeah, it was funny when they were giving me the options. They're like, hey, we've got 2 options for free ones. One of them will show you big halos at nighttime whenever you're looking at stuff at nighttime when you're driving. So I'm like, yeah, definitely don't want those. And there's like the second free ones. Everything is kind of clear. But anything that's 6 feet out or closer is going to be blurry to you. I'm like, okay. We have another one that costs $5,000 an eye. You'll be able to see closer and farther. And I was kind of like, ooh, getting like perfect eyesight back. That's great. So how much closer will I be able to see clear? Like 4.5, 5 feet. So for an extra $10,000, I would end up getting 1 foot closer to my face of viewing. That's it. Yeah. So that was a no. I'm guessing eventually some point they'll figure shit out and they'll be able to like I don't know, throw some stem cells in your eyeballs or something like that and bring them right back to where they were when you were like 2. That's possible. Yeah, so this year in the garden to hold up the tomato plants, I was trying this Florida weave method, they call it. I won't be doing that this year. I had some big wind, or next year, I had some big wind come in and it tossed everything around and caused me all kinds of problems. So I think next year I'm going to build like a frame and get like a PVC pipe of some kind and then drop it in there, and that'll hold everything to where it's supposed to be, and then grow everything up high on strings. I think that'll be the way to go. It'll be pretty simple too. A couple of 2x4s, like an 8-foot 2x4 type thing with a little loop on the top, a little loop on the top to run a galvanized pipe across from end to end, and then just grow the tomatoes in there and call it good. I think that might be the way to go. Yeah. So I'm curious, guys, who's the 12 of you still in the chat? What's your ammo and band setup that you guys use? What's your taper? Actually, I wouldn't mind your taper, your taper, your ammo, and your draw length, and your active band length. What's the size you guys like to shoot or taper? Then we got some long draw shooters, short draw shooters in the chat, so it'd be interesting to hear what you guys about your setups. Oh man. I like my 18 to 12 for 1/4 inch steel. And my active band length will change depending on which brand I'm shooting, but if I'm out here shooting something, I usually cut right across top of the band set, and I that's for a clip frame, by the way. I usually cut right across top of the band set, and then I attach it to the frame and then to the pouch, and then I'll end up having a 135 millimeter active band length. .5, 22 to 15, electric white, 36-inch draw. Wow, man, you got some arms on you, bro. 8 mil, 20 to 12, 0.5 cyan, 5.5. I'm short. 8 millimeter, 12 to 12, 280 active, 11 millimeter clay. Ah, yeah. So have you ever measured an 11 millimeter clay and see if it weighs similar to like a 9.5 or an 8 mil steel? I do find the issue with clay a lot of times is much lighter, it seems, than like if I was shooting an 8 mil steel clay versus an 8 mil steel an 8 mil clay versus an 8 mil steel. It just behaves very different because of the weight. The size doesn't seem to be much of an issue, except for, you know, the feel of it. You know, you're just getting used to how it feels and how you shoot and whatever. But that weight difference is crazy. I wonder if that was something I was doing. Just thinking out loud. Sorry about that. Here we go. No, but I like clay because I shoot camping a lot. Ah, cool. I'm a short draw shooter. I recently purchased a Scout X starter kit. Made a catch box thing, but I haven't shot it yet. Ah, cool. Ten foot-pounds of energy. Holy shit. The Ghost White's good stuff, man. I really fucking like it. Almost full butter. Wow. Yeah, it's pretty wild. I've had a few bands that I was able to get well over 300 feet per second shooting short draw. The only bad side of it is the draw weight is like obscene. I know with the old Sniper Sling Black, I was shooting I think it was like 328 feet per second or something like that with 8 mil steel, and I got or more than that, and I got 315 feet per second with 9.5 steel. I can't imagine. I never calculated the joules on that or how much energy's flying into a target, but that's got to be something. Wait, 4 rolls of 0.45 and 2. Oh, nice. I know. I really like the Ghost White. The Ghost White's some really good stuff. And I did a for those of you who follow my Sunday chats here. You guys probably saw the video, but I did a longevity test. So I came out here with 600 shots in a jar, and I shot that thing for, it was like 3 hours, and I think it was like 3 hours and 40 minutes. And we got 574 shots out of a band set out here, just shooting kind of like one after another. And the longevity is on point with that stuff. The draw weight's nice and light, shoots quick. It's got good speed to it. All in all, it's a really good band set. Really good bands. I know it's a long draw, but Lee Harrison gets 300 8 millimeter, 15 to 10. It's crazy light, but that's full butter. Yeah, yeah, that's good stuff, man. 2.55, but it's been 8 weeks now, and I still haven't received them. The 0.55 is the Ghost White you ordered? Okay. Yeah, I've got to do the review still of the 0.4. I just fucking finding time is tough. It's either I do the review or I do this live. So for now, we'll do the live, and then one of these days when I'm able to get home and not be swamped with shit to do, I'll get that video shot. But that's the thing that sucks. That's a good thing about the lives is you come out here, you do a live, you chat, you do your thing, you have a good time, you shoot. It's more like a practice session, hanging out with buddies, you know? When you're doing the videos, you got to plan the video out. You come out here, take the shots, do the video, get everything done, go inside, take all the footage, edit it down, create the thing. You create the video, then you render the video, then you got to upload the video, you got to make the thumbnail. It's like, fuck, man, it's like a whole day's for like a little bit of a video. You're like, usually those band review videos are minutes or so, 10, 12 minutes, 15 minutes. But it's rough sometimes. I'm splitting the order with a buddy. Yo, second place Joe, what's going on, man? Yes, 255 and 245. Did you ever reach out to Ben or anybody to find out what's going on with your order? Know what's wild about that miss? Is that it went exactly where I put it. That one actually hit it, and it didn't even flip. That's weird. Let's try that again. That one we hit a little higher. I wonder if we got a little punch through on that hole yet. That's why I just kind of did a little wiggle. Not much, just hanging out. Cool. Get a little sip of water here. I'm getting a little dry. Email won't go through. So I DM Lee on Messenger and still crickets. Oh, that sucks. Hope everything's all right over there. Benny's giving me the stink eye. What's the least shots I've taken to cut a can? 4. 4 is my best so far. And that was shooting with 9.5 steel. And I think I probably could have been... Fuck. Benny, come here. Come here. Get in there and shut up. Oh, you got 3. That's crazy. And you know what? I probably could have gotten 3 too. I had I hit it with the first shot, and it cut the can pretty much right in half. Giant hole, all open. Second shot went, I hit through the back, and just punched a hole. Third shot went, just punched a hole. The fourth shot, I hit again right in the cavity, and it punched a hole, and the thing dropped. The thing that's crazy is if I probably would have shot that first hit with that like half to, let's say, 2/3 of a cut, I probably could have hit the bottom of the can and torn it right off and got it in 2. That would have been freaking crazy. But anyway, it is what it is. It took me 4 shots, and I'm happy with that. But 3 shots is fucking great. What size ammo do you shoot? And it's kind of funny because I only got the 4 once. I've had a couple of 5s and a whole bunch of 6s, but never. And that was even with the 5/16. I haven't really done much can cutting with 1/4-inch steel, although it might be fun. I've done it a little bit with a pickle fork though, just not short draw, where I'm really getting crazy speed, because I do a pretty light setup on a pickle frame. I was shooting a prototype Avro this morning, and I was killing it. Oh, you had one of the prototypes? You still have that prototype? That's crazy, dude. That one shot cut is a mystical goal. I wonder if anybody's actually gotten it, like for real, for real. Nah, nobody's getting notifications, Kyle. I'm pretty sure at this point I've been shadow banned or blocked or fucking whatever. I don't know what the hell's going on, but nobody's getting these things. And like we got like 19 people in the chat. This is probably the most I've had in a long time. I don't get it. But it is what it is. I got a lot of buddies. I'm not even getting notifications for other people either, which is wild. I don't know what the hell's going on. But I've had a few times where I've gone out and just kind of put it out to the ether. Has anybody heard of it? Did you get a notification or whatever it is? And a lot of people are telling me no, and a lot of people are just finding me while they're out there, sitting on a crapper doom scrolling or something. Yeah, for some reason I can't get any traction anymore. I think the algorithm has gone a lot more towards putting out shorts all of a sudden. I think that might be the thing now. I know before lives were going crazy, and you'd make giant steps in lives, and now you get like pretty much nothing, no new people, because most of the people that are popping in here on the day-to-day are all people that I know and chat with from time to time. So who knows? I seen one. That's why I'm here pestering you. Yeah, I don't know. I know, just like D's went live just the other day. I saw it on a Facebook post. Didn't get a notification for that. I know Knuckles used to go live all the time. I get his notifications in the morning while I was at work, and I used to pop in real quick, hit the thumbs up, and then pop back out again, so I didn't get in shit. And I haven't got a notification from Knuckles in months, and I'm sure he's still doing his lives. Bushcraft rebooted. I used to pop into his lives often just before my lives, and I haven't received a notification from him in a long while. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's crazy. Bless up, beautiful people. What's up? What's up, Coop? And you know what the wild thing is? You remember I was telling you guys in my garden there that I had some butternut squash and some spaghetti squash, and then it turns out that the spaghetti squash was growing on both sides, and I thought that they had given me I thought they had given me the wrong plant, and I had also planted a couple myself. I was out there poking around in the garden the other day, yesterday, the day before, and I found 2 butternut squashes growing. So I did actually end up getting the butternut squashes. They were just really, really late, and I believe they were the ones that I had planted as seeds, because the other ones were one of them was dying pretty bad. So I had planted some seeds. And I guess when everything was grown through all the mess, and it started to heat up, they started to grow. So I got one on one side and one on the other now that are growing. But I don't know, it's pretty crazy. Wasn't expecting that at all. Just chilling with you guys. I grew so many plants. What did you grow this year, Risen? Yeah, we're just chilling. We're just chilling out here. Got 21 people in the chat with 21 thumbs up. So thank you all for doing your work, doing the good work, my man. Oof, that was dead center. That was a good one. I quit smoking so I don't grow anymore. Oh, no. Well, I guess there's no need, right? No need at that point. I don't think you're allowed to grow it up here anymore, or at all. In my province anyway. I know in some other provinces you're allowed. Since they legalized it pretty much Canada wide. Quebec is the only one that's in complete control of everything that you smoke and buy. So it kind of sucks, but they don't even allow gummies up here. Yeah, I made the shot. Made a whole bunch of them. Starting to get dialed in. Only took an hour, but yeah. Peppers and exotic herbs of all types. Oh, sweet. Yeah, you know what? I kind of screwed up this year. I decided to I was going with like almost like a prepper's mentality, mindset, I guess you could say. I wanted to, get a bunch of stuff going, and then jar a whole bunch of stuff and all that. And I ended up planting mostly like San Marzanos and stuff to make sauces and whatnot. And although I think that's a good idea, having all of your tomatoes being the same kind, it gets kind of fucking boring after a while. Like I'm happy with what I got going on, but next year I'm doing things very different. I got a bunch of different plants for next year. Seeds. I got some pineapples. I'm gonna have some sartrelois, because I'm gonna keep some of these seeds and regrow them again next year. I got a variety of different tomatoes and cherry tomatoes, which I'm gonna grow down over here, and then possibly I want to add two more beds to the garden next year, where I'm gonna solve a problem that I was having with my leafy greens, where I had the critters getting in there and chewing them up while they're just getting growing. So I started to grow. I want to grow another, have two more beds with a mesh cover over it, like a bug net of some kind, and I'll put that out there, and I'll grow all my cabbage, my cauliflower, my lettuce, all of those things in those things, and then over here I'll be able to grow my tomatoes and my squash and all that other stuff, my potatoes and you know, get my herbs and stuff like that in the other ones with the mesh on them, keep the bugs off them. There's no need for to have them completely open to the elements and the bugs and the critters if they're not going to need to be, if they're not going to lay flowers and need to be pollinated. So I think that's going to be the goal for next year. And then I'll probably add like a third bed. I had like I have room over there for another long 2-foot bed where I might stick that one in there sideways and get my potatoes growing in that one. Government weed sucks hard. Have you tried planting marigold along your crops? Yeah, I tried it actually this year. I planted a whole bunch of marigold seeds and nothing popped up at all. Not one of them made it. So I was kind of pissed off about that. I'm thinking probably next year I'm just going to wait and go and buy actual plants and plant them. But so far with my squash and my peppers and my potatoes and my green beans, I had a lot of bees in my garden this year. I didn't see them at first. I didn't think they were coming in, but now they're all over the place. So that's pretty good. My peppers had a fantastic year. I used to grow these like big bell peppers, and they were doing a good job. I'd get like 2 or 3 peppers per plant, and you know, they were tasty, they were great, like that part of it. But the production wise, they kind of stunk it up. So this year I got these little peppers. They're called snackers. They're like a regular red bell pepper, but they're smaller. But fuck, the amount of peppers I got on that plant. There's like 40 of them per plant. It's ridiculous. I got a drawer full of them, and I've been taking some of my excess stuff and making ferments with them. So I fermented some carrots. I fermented a cabbage or 2 cabbages. I fermented some of my red onions. So I can, you know, add those as a topper to pretty much anything. I've been fermenting them, doing that kind of stuff. And I got some banana peppers in there that are just about ready. So I want to take some of the banana peppers and some of the red peppers. I want to chop them all up into little slices and make a jar of fermented peppers and see how that goes. I think it's going to be fucking great. I'll throw a little bit of garlic in there and some red pepper flakes just to bring up the heat a little bit, but it can't be that bad. It can't be bad at all. I'll probably have enough to do a jar of ferment, enough to make a fermented jar and a batch to make a pickled version of it, which I'll probably do both. The pickled one I'll be able to eat in a couple of days, and then the ferment one I'll probably keep it for like 2 weeks before I start to nibble on it. But the carrots turned out fantastic. Actually, if you guys want to see them, I can bring them out here and show them to you. But the carrots turned out great. I put a little bit of ginger, a little bit of garlic, and some pickling spices in there to give it a little mix up, and it was pretty good. I hate trying to keep up with the weeds and bugs. Yeah, Coop, you know, I did something different. I did this year. I know it goes against all the hippie guru bullshit, but I just put plastic down under my raised beds this year. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, no, don't do that. It's bad. It's bad. It's this, it's that. And I'm like, fuck, you know what? I don't want to be a slave to my garden. That's the fucking problem. And anyway, I did 1.5 feet of raised bed. At the end of the season this year, I'm going to throw in some like moonshine. Yes, sir, Huggy. Yes, sir. Like a, I don't know if you've ever had like a real sauerkraut. The ones that they buy, peppers make killer pizza sauce instead of tomatoes. Oh, fuck, I bet. That's a good idea, actually. That's a really good idea. Yeah, it's pretty simple. for the sauerkraut that I made. Basically, when you're making sauerkraut, a lot of times when you buy the one off the store, it's been taken from there, and then they put it into a water bath, and they boil the shit out of it, basically pasteurize it. So any of the good bacteria that's in there is now dead. So you're eating something that tastes good, but health wise, it's like whatever, you know. But the fermented version of it is really, really good. It's got lots of probiotics in it and all that stuff. It's supposed to be really healthy for the gut biome, blah, 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 all that shit. But hey, it all worked out, man. Yeah, it worked great. My buddy made hot pickled green beans, and they were great. Oh, I bet. Yeah, but all of them are working great. I've got basically you just take all your vegetable, and you throw a certain amount. You weigh it out, and then you throw a certain amount of you'll either want to have a 2% brine or a 3% brine. So you'll find out what 2% of the weight is, and then you'll add that in with like a certain amount of salt, and then you throw it onto the thing. And usually what I do is I'll let it sit there for like 45 minutes. Then first I throw the salt in, I crunch it up, and I mix it around so everything's being touched by it, and then I just leave it there with a little cover on it for like 45 minutes, and I let it do its thing, and then all the juices are gonna extract from the vegetable that you're using, and then you pack up your jars. Real men don't eat quiche. Fermented is like sauerkraut. Yep. So then you just dump back that juice back into the bowl or the jar that you're using. And the trick is that you want to make sure that all of your stuff, even the little pieces that are maybe flowing around, you either remove them or you tuck them back in, and you put like a little glass weight on top. And when you put that little glass weight on top, it'll keep everything under the ferment, and it ends up being good stuff. Yeah, it ends up becoming pretty damn good. Here, I'll show you what I mean here. Give me a second. Oh, I almost dropped one. Fucking leaking fermented juice all over my fucking hands here. All right. So this is the onion one. So you can see inside there, I got like a glass weight holding everything down. And that's kind of the inside. There's no funk or anything weird in there, and all the little bits are under there. If you could smell this, it smells fucking delicious. It's kind of like pickled onion. So there's going to be carbon dioxide that's produced by the ferment, and it's going to pop up along the sides, and you don't want to have this tight, because it'll end up building up pressure and shit will explode. But it's pretty cool. This is the purple sauerkraut I got going on. You can see I've got some air bubbles in there. You see it as they rise to the top. You see some bubbles popping up. But that's going to be a nice one. I got a weight in there too. See the weight inside there? That's holding all the little bits down at the bottom. And this is a classic style sauerkraut I got going on here. Inside here, I've got some, hold on, see if I can get some bubbles to pop up so you can see them. But I've got some, carrots, I got some ginger, I got some onion in here. Oh, fuck, that smells good, man. I can't wait to get into that. I need to get these guys going for a little while longer. I should probably put them back inside, so I don't want to have them into the kimchi sucks, but you can buy it in pill form. Now it works great for your gut. Chit like I was 20 again. Yeah, I bet. Chit like I was, yeah. The I don't know. I've had some kimchi that was pretty good, and I've had some kimchi that just tasted like fucking assholes. But the I'm a big sauerkraut fan. I like putting on my hot dogs. I like putting on my burgers. I like having it beside meats when I'm eating them. I think it's just tasty. The onions really good. I also have some carrots too. I got carrots going in there. They're fucking great. But sprinkling those in, I had one in a grilled cheese sandwich last night. Actually, I put a little bit of bacon and a little bit of that instead of a grilled cheese. It was good. They kind of taste pickly, so it's like putting pickles in something. If you like pickles, good way to go. I made a big batch of pickles too, actually, just not fermented ones. I just pickled them. But I've got some more cucumbers growing here and back in the garden. I pulled out the old one that wasn't really doing well, and I replanted some other ones. So I should have some more cucumbers around the end of the season. Some of them are going to be pickling cucumbers, and some of them are going to be just regular snackers. You know, something you want to chew on, but. You can't eat a hot dog without sauerkraut, but not on the hamburger. No, don't like it on a hamburger. Because it's good on a Reuben sandwich. Oh yeah, buddy. Let me tell you. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with these batches here. I'm sure they're going to turn out tasting great. I just got to get the. I've got 2 good jars of the kraut of each color. So I've got the purple one, and I got the green one. It's a Savoy cabbage I used, and I got the carrot, the garlic, all that stuff came out of the garden. Cabbage came out of the garden. I did my replant of cabbage, and they're growing pretty good. I got one red cabbage that's doing really well. One green cabbage is doing well, and I had like 6 others in my planter and in these little grow bags that I had here that just got eaten by something. So I'm hoping to. It's probably too late to get any grown now, but it sucks. It would have been nice, but if I would have had those, covers for the flower beds, or for the planters anyway, it would have been problem solved. I would have been able to plant them. We've had no problems with fucking bugs or any bullshit eating them. Would have been great. But anyway, you live and learn, right? This is my first year actually trying to do things in a more efficient way. So we'll see what happens next year. Next year is going to be a little different. Purple kraut. I'll bet that'll be tasty. Oh yeah, buddy. I'm sure it will. Put a cat in that slingshot. It would be funny as hell. Gone. Yeah, Toby, it's a good thing I'm not standing beside you when you made that comment, because you have a fucking fist in your face, knocking to the ground. Need to hit the shower before I ferment anymore. All right, Risen, take it easy, bro. You reckon pissing around my garden will run out of it? I don't know. Can't hurt to try. I mean, my dog does it all the time. They don't seem to give a shit about that. But it would be nice to see what would happen if they would stop. I don't think it would stop the bugs, and I think the bugs are the thing I'm having the most trouble with. I got some kind of bugs or snails or slugs. I found a few snails hanging out on my potatoes before I pulled them. I just don't know where they go. Like, I don't know if if they go into the ground, or what they do during the day. So maybe what I'll do is I'll come out in the evening with a headlamp on one day, and go out there and just squash those little bastards. Might be the way to go. Yo, Joseph, what's up, man? Doc Hollywood, that's how I ran the deer. Doc Hollywood, that's how they ran the deer away. Oh, yeah. Oh, it was filmed in your town. That's cool. All right, let's get these put away real quick. I'll be back in about 2 seconds. So basically the plan is, I mean, you can go about it 2 different ways if you want. You can keep the lids on tight and come by and burp them every day, or you can just leave the jars kind of loose. So eventually, every now and then, you'll walk by and you hear like a little. That's it, and it'll release. So it works up pretty good. I hit the cure, beer in a dish at the site, and the snails have a party and die. Oh, really? Got not hit. Oh, okay, but I might try that beer thing though, Huggy. I got some really garbage Miller Lite. I might just put that in a little bowl. So what do? Do you kind of put like a little bowl or a jar, and you kind of drop it down so it's at the soil level, and just let them creep in and croak? Is that the go-to? I am going to put some diatomaceous earth down, some kind of beetle that's doing it, but it could be the snails, which is annoying. And there's a lot of them too, which is kind of wild. And I don't know where they're coming from, which is also kind of wild. Saucer or a shallow bowl. Yeah, I might give that a try. I got a Miller Lite in there. It'd be worth giving it a go. I can see it now. Benny's gonna be an alcoholic. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't think of that. I'd probably have to, yeah, put the jar out after his last go to the bathroom. Oof, that was a good one. I don't know what kind of bird that is. Can anybody hear that thing? That right there? It's quite far away. Won't chickens work? Yeah, I'd have to get chickens though. I've been working on my wife to let me get some chickens because of the ticks. We have a shit ton of ticks in my backyard. The last couple of years have been pretty bad. This year was really bad. I think I pulled 12 or 13 off me this year, off my in my own backyard, and probably about 24 or 25 of them off my dog. We've got a lot of. I got like in that behind that fence. You see how the grass is so high? That's it's all city property, and I used to go back there and mow it and keep it away from the fence. But people who live along this area, like if you go all the way down that way, it kind of goes around and kind of loops around like this and comes down all the way down to the end. And a lot of people were just taking their lawn clippings and all that stuff and just dumping it in the back there. And the city got pissed off, and some people were planting like non-native plants and all kinds of stuff, and they got pissed off and they said nobody's allowed back there anymore. But they were supposed to come back there and cut all that shit down, which they're not doing. So I think next year I'm going to come back here and I'm going to cut all that shit that's growing along the top of my fence there. I'm going to pull all that down. and I'm going to put 5x7 tarps on the fence from top to bottom. It's a 5-foot fence back there, so I'll put all that tarp from top to bottom all the way down and keep all that weird viney shit from growing on it, and that should keep a lot of the ticks from from the grasses and shit that's growing through the fence. It'll keep a lot of that from my dog brushing up against it while he's going for a piss against the fence or whatever. So I think that might be that might help a little bit. We'll see. But I'm thinking about doing that. Just kind of blocking it all off. It kind of sucks because I kind of like the green that's back there, but on the same side, I don't want to get Rocky Mountain spotted fever or fucking Lyme disease because I like the ambiance. You know what I mean? Boo hiss on ticks like Dracula suck. Yeah, I know. You have to have chickens. You don't have chickens yet? Whoa, shit. Yeah, I know. They're everywhere in Florida like never before. Yeah, we had a really, really bad fucking year this year. Really bad. And the thing, I tell people, like fucking I've been in the woods my whole fucking life and I've never seen a tick up until around 10 years ago. And I think my dog picked up a dog tick one time. And then ever since then, I've never seen a fucking tick. And then I went from seeing, finding a tick on me one time, flicked it off. And then the next year was like, about the same. The year after that, there was nothing. Then the year after that was a fucking explosion. And then this year is the worst year I've seen yet. They're just everywhere. And our government here won't allow us to use permethrin. So even if we were outside and I just sprayed that little fucking line with permethrin, it would solve a lot of my problems. Or use it on my clothes. It would also solve a lot of my problems. Just spray my shoes, when I'm out cutting the grass and whatever. I wouldn't have shit climbing on me. But it's completely illegal here, which sucks. Oh, I can't believe I missed that shot. I hunt elk with a bow in Alberta, and I haven't seen a tick in 20 years. Wow, that's crazy. Pesticides, pesticides, pesticides. They are your friend. Yep, they're our friend, but we're not allowed to use them here. So, yep. Sucks. Dang tree huggers and tick lovers. Yep, 100%. It's kind of funny because we're not allowed herbicides or pesticides here pretty much anymore. You could use like diatomaceous earth or like pyrethrins and stuff like that. That's okay. Safer soap. That's okay. But things like permethrin, all that stuff, nope. Big fucking nope. And that's pretty much what happens when you got people voting with their feelings instead of science. But it would be nice to kind of solve that issue. So at the end of the year, I'm sure that big brush pile I got. Hold on, so see if I can show it to you there. Wrong side. Yeah, I got a little brush pile kind of hanging in right in here. Once I get rid of that brush pile, I'll have to torch my fucking clothes. Yeah, but I'll let that dry up a little bit. I'll toss it over the fence just before winter comes, and that'll give the rabbits something to eat throughout the winter. And slowly but surely, I'll be able to get rid of that stump. My neighbor gave me a great idea. He's like, he just cleaned up the area around it a little bit, drilled a couple holes in there, filled it with lighter fluid, and lit on fire, and burnt the fucker away. I think I'll do the same. I'll just get the chainsaw out again, cut it down as flat and as low to the bottom as I can, and then have a go at it with a drill, or do a couple of plunge cuts in it, and then just get rid of it all. I got to go through all that mess anyway and see if there's any forks in there that I want to keep. There wasn't really much though. While I was looking through it, I was just kind of chopping up. I did find one, and I don't know if I want to make a frame out of it or not, but yeah, it kind of sucks that tree didn't do well. It was my neighbor over here on this side gave me one of those when my son was born, and I guess he was around 2. So when I asked my son, I said, "What kind of tree do you think it is?" And he said, "It's a transformer tree." So we ended up planting it right there, which was kind of a bad spot for it, but probably would have been better over in the corner there. But you know, it is what it is. But it ended up growing great. And one year we were thinking about making wine out of the plums, and then the next year it got this weird corky shit on it, and it's just been sick ever since. So it was time to wrap that guy up. Yo, Knuckles, what's going on, man? For sure, not the governor. Governor is our best friend. Yeah. Randy, what's going on, man? Yeah, opossums are pretty cool. They'll go around eating up all those ticks, don't they? Who's going to find out that you're using it? It's not about finding out whether they're using it, because if I had it, I would just use it. But they were actually going around here. They were actually going around here taking soil samples of people's lawns that look really, really good, and they weren't full of weeds and shit, and giving them tickets. Imagine that. My buddy had a buddy of mine who lives in the neighborhood had one of those funny waxy things that you stick on your lawnmower. And while he was going over his thing, it kind of rubs. I guess it rubs that herbicide or whatever it is all over the grass and takes out all your dandelions. And sure enough, he fucking arrives. He arrives home with a ticket at his door and a explanation of what they did. And I'm not the type of guy that's gonna be walking around out here all day long with one of those little screwdriver dandelion picker things, or one of those little bullshit stand-up things that you know clink. I'm not that guy. I'm not gonna spend all my day fucking pulling out dandelions in my fucking yard. Screw that shit. I'd rather just torch the whole fucking yard and call it good. Bastards. Hey, Pranjal, long time no see, man. How you been? Exactly. Get a big auger bit and drill. Whoop. Do 10,000 holes in a stump and soak it with some used motor oil and gasoline for a week before you light it on fire. Yeah, that sounds like the plan. Thanks. So sampling your yard, Canadian Big Brother. Oh fuck, it's terrible, dude. I can't even explain it to you. But yeah, I had a couple of run-ins with them when I first moved here. We had a big telephone pole, like. See that big fella right there? I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah, maybe not. But I had a big old telephone pole just lying in my backyard, and I called the city to come move it. City tells me, "Oh, it's not our problem. It's Hydro-Quebec's problem." Blah blah blah. So I called Hydro-Quebec. Hydro-Quebec's like, "It's not our fucking problem. It's your city's problem. If they want to get rid of it, they gotta get rid of it." So I went back and forth, and finally I got fed up, and I grabbed a piece of rope from the fucking garage and wrapped a timber hitch on it, and I went full fucking beast mode, and I dragged that bastard all the way from the backyard here, all the way down, all the way across. And part of my issue was the thing stunk. Like, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of these big fucking telephone poles are soaked in like some kind of fucking grease or oil, so they don't fucking die right away. Anyway, I ended up dragging that thing right out onto the street, put it on the road, and called up the city and said, "I don't know what happened, but I got a big fucking telephone pole sitting in my fucking right in front of my driveway. You got to send somebody to come pick it up." And they had no choice. It was on the road, so they came and got it. But I've had a few times where I've had issues with them. They're kind of retarded here. They don't give a fuck. Yeah. I'd actually like to see how they do that, though. Yeah, they stink, man. Where do you live? I'm in Quebec. Just outside of Montreal. But those poles, they fucking stink, man. When they're like brand new and they're just lying there on the ground and they're getting wet and it gets hot outside, you can smell the oil on them and they're fucking gross. I didn't want that shit in my backyard. Yeah, and we're not allowed to use any of those products, but multiple times a year I get a fucking phone call or a letter on my door saying, you know, don't put your pets out at this time or whatever it is, because the guys that maintain the train tracks, they're driving down the train tracks spraying Roundup on everything. It's okay for them to use it, but it's not for anybody else, right? The ban is only for the common folk. You wouldn't be getting on my property with a fucking soil sample tube. You'd be looking at a fucking shotgun. Yeah, you see, that's the fucking problem, is they're sneaky about that shit. They go ahead and they do that when they know nobody's home. You know, they wait for everyone to go to work and then whoop, out they go. Yeah, that's exactly it, dude. That's also a big thing too with all the forest fires that we're having up here. And in all the provinces except for Quebec, they use Roundup or glyphosate to spray all the lands that they're using for the lumber trade, and they use that to kill all the undergrowth so it doesn't compete with their trees. And they're going to turn around and say to you, it's got absolutely nothing to do with that. It's all climate change, blah blah blah. But I call bullshit on that. When you're spraying stuff in a forest and it turns it all to dry, crispy shit in no time, it's not fucking good, man. It's not good at all. And if you're not going to maintain that scrub and get rid of it, well, that's what you get. Oh, you're in Canada. That explains everything very clearly. Yeah, it does. It does. Not all of us are fucking retarded, but unfortunately, there's a lot of us that are. Come to Alberta. I would love to go to Alberta, actually. I almost did a while back. One of my good buddies that I grew up with, he was like a brother to us, actually. He's at our house all the time. He was working the oil sands up there. And then when what the fuck's his name? Obama, and I guess it was Trudeau at the time. I can't remember. They were playing politics over the fucking oil sands and all that shit, and they ended up cutting the projects, and a bunch of them got laid off. And you know, Adam was just there for a little while, so he ended up losing his job, and he went down to Texas. He was like working off and on all the time. It was getting to be ridiculous, having a couple of kids and a house and a wife and all that stuff. And he's like, fuck, you know, I never really know when I'm going to be able to getting some good work or how long it's going to last. And they pretty much killed the market here. So he's now in Texas, working in the oil rigs down there, and having a great time and making great money and having a fucking time of his life. But I wish I would have made that move a while back. It would have been a big thing. I watched another guy in Canada. His name was Matt. His stream was man in a van, and he lives in his little car, his Pontiac Vibe. Really? Yeah. Is it by choice, or is it just because of how well things are doing here? We've never had it better, apparently. That's what our Prime Minister keeps telling us. Fuck, I gotta stay away from this. This is probably the reason why I can't get more than 20 people in here at a time. They've got me on the fucking watch list. Roundup. Okay, now typical liberal bullshit criminal. Yep. Yep, they're gonna spray it all up, and then they're gonna turn around and tell you it's climate change doing it. You see, that's the problem with it all. It was actually funny. Just recently, I had Canadian Big Brother ratted you out to YouTube Big Brother. Yeah, probably. I'm not even kidding. They've actually passed laws now for on called the Online Harms Act. It's a law called C9, where a very very loosely defined hate speech thing is out there, and basically they can shut you down and remove your right to a cell phone or internet access if somebody from the government or some, you gotta be careful what I say, some weirdo, for example, will say like, oh, he offended me somehow, and no court date, no nothing, just you're shut off and you're not allowed to talk about it. So there's all these very very crazy laws being passed, and it's funny because the people who are passing these laws and the people that cheer them on lack the fucking intelligence and wisdom to realize that the only thing that means is right now, crybaby suck tits. Huh? Yeah, the only thing that means is that, you know, when anybody passes a law, regardless of what side it's on or whatever it is, you have to have the fucking wisdom to realize what can happen with this law if it drops into a fucking evil man's hands. What happens then? You know? What happens then? And they don't think about that. They just think right now that their team's in power, so we're going to pass all these crazy laws that stop you from talking, stop you from expressing yourself, stop you about pointing out the truth, even though it might hurt somebody's feelings. All of these things, it's very, very dangerous and very bad. And this is where we're pretty much at. We got this fucking Mark Miller character that's out there creating all of these fucking laws, and man, he's something else, boy. He's something else. Yeah, they recently words are a dangerous thing. Yep. The best thing to handle words that you don't like is with an intelligent debate. That's the interesting we're at. You still on quarter inch? Yes, sir. Ah, yeah. You see, Simon. I used to be a pretty big fan of Dave Canterbury. I used to read a lot of his stuff all the time, and you know, he's a good guy for the most part, I think. I had some bad experiences with him and his tribe, though, unfortunately, and a lot of the stuff that Dave was teaching was just regurgitated shit from Morris Kahansky. So it's kind of like Rob Roycroft. Rob Roycroft was if you look into it, he was a real OG guy. I mean, what's his name? Morris Kahansky. He passed away, I guess, around 5 or 6 years ago, and he was in his, I think, late 70s, early 80s. He had been doing this shit forever, and Roycroft was about a good 15 or 20 years older than he was. And if you've ever heard of the Roycroft pack frame that Canterbury used to talk about by putting those sticks together and all that stuff, it was Roycroft who was the originator of that, and he was a Canadian survival expert. Used to train the military and all kinds of stuff way back in the day. And Morris Kahansky was one of his students. Northern Ireland. Wow, very cool, man. Yeah. So find you'll find in the 101 book, it's a very basic kind of tutorial book, basically to plant the seed. You'll find bushcraft from Morse Kahansky is a very big goes into more detail on a lot of things. It's a very good book. I think you'll enjoy it. And he's got a few other ones too. He has a bunch of field guides and stuff that you can get along with that same book, and it's good stuff. I think you should come to the U.S., Mark. You can get a job in your field in Rockford tomorrow. You can find cheap homes in the country for pretty cheap. We actually in the company that I work for, we have plants in Kentucky and Ohio also. I could probably maybe just ask for a transfer. I don't know if they'd have me down there though, but it would be cool. My wife would never go for that, I don't think. But I would. I'm ready to dip from this fucking shithole of a country. In Tennessee or Florida, we would welcome you because you're an awesome Canadian. Well, thanks, bud. You know what? There's nice shooting. Yeah, thanks, buddy. I'm having a really rough day today, but we're getting there. Yeah, my wife won't move. Not a chance. Not a chance. And my son's got a serious girlfriend here and he's finishing up his school. He's got about a year and a half left. And I don't know, maybe they would leave. They've got a lot of the same views that I do. Her family does anyway. But it would be nice. It would be nice to get the fuck out of here. If it was only just the the lies and the regular political bullshit, I would be okay to stay here. But these laws that they're passing is fucking scary, and it's very 1984, and I want no part of it. Oh. But I even think for the no, I think that I think for most part of both Canadians and Americans, they seem to be pretty divided over their political situation. But if you had to ask the most part for both of our countries, both of our people, what would be the most important things that you guys would want? In my case, I want to have a good, cheap education so I can actually not have to drop out of school like I did because I couldn't afford it. I want to make sure my kid has good economic growth of the country, lots of jobs to be had, all that kind of thing. Up here, I kind of enjoy the healthcare, but it does need work because of all the fucking problems that we've done here. I would like our borders fucking tightened up. I would really like that. I would like some more money to go into the military, so we just don't get steamrolled by a fucking couple of guys with like you can send in 15 Chinese guys with forks and they'd fucking kick our asses. It's fucking ridiculous. And pretty much it. Healthcare, education, safe borders, safe streets, good economy, so we can find good, high-paying jobs, and that's pretty much it. That's all I think I really need, and it's probably the same for most of you guys down there, regardless of what side you're on. Now, how you get there is a whole different thing, and in my case, what it seems like they're doing here is they create a problem to pass new controlling laws and to fuck everybody. And that's what we've seen for the most part that's been going on here. And the fact that the media is completely government funded, they pay them, they pay the CBC something like $1.8 billion a year to pump their propaganda and their bullshit, which is kind of disturbing, I think. You know, but I mean, you can't really do anything about it. You know, you would think that they would have done something about that in the U.S. when Trump got into power. But there's still narratives being pushed on both sides. A lot of bullshit going out. Nobody's actually getting the truth. And yeah. And then here we are, all of us, regardless of which side you're on, fighting amongst each other while we're getting honey dicked by everybody else. It's kind of fucked up. And it's happening in both our countries. A little more in mine probably than yours, but it's fucked up, man. Yo, what's up, Leon? Georgia's another awesome place, especially around Savannah. Huh. Oh, buddy, let me tell you, man. The taxes that we pay up here is fucking ridiculous. They take somewhere around 35% right off the top of my fucking wage every single week. Then we pay provincial and federal tax on every single thing we buy, which is another 15% total. And if I buy a car, I don't know about you guys, but where I live, if I buy a brand new car, I got to pay 2 taxes on that car. So if you buy like a $40,000 car, and then you got to pay 15% tax on that. And then when you turn around and you sell that, who's coming after Canada other than America? Nah. Is America really coming after Canada? I don't think so. I think that's I think there's a lot more to what we see going on that is actually happening. I know at the NATO meetings for the longest time, they didn't want to have Justin Trudeau there because they believed he was compromised by the Chinese government, which appears to be true with all of the fucking liberal, half of the liberal cabinet at least. So it's kind of tough to say that, but yep, they're coming for you because that's what you say on the internet. You are in deep. Yeah, I know. They're coming after me. China is the future. Yep. Have I written a book? No. You're very intelligent, eloquent. If you haven't, get it on it. I'll buy it, bro. I don't know what I would have read about, man. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get talking about some of the things I get passionate about without fucking going into a full rant. I seen in the UK. I watched protests from the good people of the UK. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of that actually too. It's kind of sad, and you know they don't show any of that on the news. None of it happening there. The stuff that's happening in Germany, the stuff that was happening in Italy when it was going on, in Spain, Ireland, England. None of it. Later, Huggy. Take it easy, bro. I have to go now, Mark. Great to hear you talk later, bro. Lots of love and respect from Northern Ireland. Keep on rocking in the field world. As long as it's free, buddy. You got it. Take it easy, Simon. Thanks for stopping in, bro. Yeah, Coop, you know what the sad thing is, bud? Europe's GDP is still better than ours. Now, I just heard some news too. Up here, in there's a company called Stellantis that makes a lot of the auto parts that we ship to the U.S. for building cars. And I just heard this morning that they're talking about shutting down the Brampton plant. So another big industry going to be leaving here in Canada. Just getting worse and worse. You know what? I'm going to switch it up just to add a little spice to my life. We're going to shoot the Kodiak for a little bit here. Is my shipping still fucked? Yeah, kind of. It's whatever. I mean, they just recently did a little another thing here in the U.S. with the shipping now. I mean, they're going pretty fucking hard on everything, trying to get things across the border and whatnot. And it's getting more and more expensive. So anyway, I haven't made a frame in a while. Probably due. I got the other two that are one of them just went out, and the other one, and the blue one here, which I have. I'll probably end up raffling this one off at some point. See how it goes. But this one here, I'll probably raffle that one off and see how it goes. But anyway, hopefully it's not too much of an issue. It's a little annoying. It would be cool if all that shit would just go away. We can get back to the way things were before, but I think that ship has sailed. Low and right, which is weird. Dead center, beauty. Yeah, this is the one I got from the trade with Jordan. This is his Kodiak, and I sent him. I think it might have been my first natty Avro, or second. I can't remember now. Like 99% of the population does not get Trump's sense of humor, and his angles of getting things accomplished. Yeah. I mean, it's a beauty. What, you sell that stuff? I sell this one, yeah. This is my design. I make them. I sell them. Whenever I have time, I whip them together and I sell them off, or I raffle them. I made this one too. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have much materials left, and the tariffs they charge me to get the materials in it's really high. So I haven't been purchasing it. I'm just kind of whittling down the materials that I have left, and as I run out, I'll have to see if I can find. I used to use Maker's Material Supply. They were my go-to. I find their quality is just better and everything. Sure, right?
She's shopping, but I left her for just to go shopping and come back. And we check in again, because you know the place might be. But she won't pay her shoulder to
Where, inside of her house or outside? Oh, fuck. Okay, let me know if you need help. Yeah, the Kodiak's pretty nice. Yeah, I like it. You want one of what? Something like this? Avro? I've also got a pickle fork that's kind of in the works. I got a I got to, I guess, cut one out and kind of glue it together and see how it feels. If I need to tweak it at all or anything, you know, the length of it and the fork length and all that kind of stuff. Keep it down, okay? Yeah, but it looks pretty cool. I'm looking forward to getting one kind of cut out and shot. But I got to make the template first. Make sure I like it. But the template's, I don't know, it's looking pretty good. The stencil, I guess, of it is looking pretty good. But I got to work on the template. Once I get the template absolutely drawn out, then I'll know for sure if I'm able to, you know, start putting one together and getting a couple shots on the prototype. Once I get the prototype done, and if I like it, we can move forward from there. But it'll take a little bit of work getting that figured out. Oh, that's a dirty miss. Yeah, it's been kind of fun and rewarding though, making your own slings. I kind of enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy the process of it. And it's kind of neat. There's a few guys out there that are shooting some Avros that are really enjoying it. I know Kyle was talking about it earlier in this chat about how he was killing it with an old prototype one I sent him. He got one of the first. Yeah, Randy likes his. Randy's got a beautiful one. I love Randy's frame. That was a tough one to make too. That was a freehand. Yeah, Randy's got a nice one that I think it's like an indigo blue with a freehand cut core of aluminum, and with that with the carbon fiber cover on it. I gotta say though, out of all the frames, all the Avros I've made, I fucking love the weight of that one that you got. I love it. The weight on that thing is fantastic. Terrible. I love my carbon fiber aluminum and blue. Yes, sir. What's exactly do you do with a slingshot? Maybe that's what's wrong word now, but besides target practice, well, you can hunt with them. You can hunt with them. You can shoot with them. You can do all kinds of things. I'll get you one down there eventually, Leon. We need to do a co-live. Yeah, you know what, man? The last couple of weeks I've been wanting to hit you up and see if we can do a co-live. But I never really know if I'm gonna actually go live anymore. I'm kind of tight for time. So today I decided fuck it, I'm going live, but I didn't want to hit you up last minute, you know, but I gotta figure it out because I got something going on next weekend. I can't remember if it's Saturday or Sunday. I have to check the dates. But if you want, we can do it next week. I'll hit you up like Wednesday or so. Once I'm sure for sure that I'm fucking free, and then we can plan it out and do a cool live. I know we've talked about it a couple times, getting a cool live going, but I've been talking about that. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I'll hit you up Wednesday if I got some time. I just don't want to hit you up last minute. I was actually thinking about shooting you a message this morning and saying, "Hey, Leon, you want to do a live?" But it was like I just decided, okay, fuck it, I'm going live now. And I had everyone in my house going out. My son's gone to work. My wife went to go do some shopping, so I was gonna go and figure it out, but I wasn't sure if I was gonna do a live, but here I am. I had Scorgan on yesterday. Oh, fucking cool. How's he doing? I haven't seen him in a minute. Oh, man, I gotta get some practice in. I'm stinking it up. Now, my wife just told me my neighbor fell down the stairs. Hope she's okay. I was doing okay. I wasn't killing it, but I was doing okay. But I haven't had much practice at all. I think I shot twice in the last 2 months. Taxes in Florida are 6% on every purchase. No state income tax, and federal tax is by your income, which would be about 20% if you hadn't accounted. Wow. Yeah. They with all the taxes and shit that we pay over here. And imagine if you sell a car 10 times, that car will get taxed 10 times, but only one of the taxes. So you'd still pay 7% on that, even on a used car. These are starting to come apart too. Texas and Florida. Kind of like Florida too. I was down there when I was a kid. We did a lot of wandering around and checking shit out, and then we did all the the Disney World, the Epcot Center, all that. The Epcot had just opened. And we went to SeaWorld and checked out a bunch of those things. We were on a vacation, and we just found the people down there were really, really nice. We rented a house out there in Daytona, pretty close to the beach. It was a good time. Gotta go, gents. Much love, Mark. Good to see you, bro. Yeah, good to see you too, bro. It's been a while since I seen you pop into a live. It's cool to see you, man. I can't even remember the last time I was in the U.S. I think it might have been 2000 or 2001. Was that the last time? Yeah, I think I went to Maine. That might be the last time. Last time I can really remember. Yeah, we went to Maine. We hit Maine, New Hampshire, and I went back to Vermont. I went back in Vermont too at some point down there. Went to Stratton Mountain. I don't think I've been there since. I don't even have a passport right now. I'm having trouble getting one. So I don't know. We'll see how it all plays out. But if I can get that all sorted out, maybe you'll see me down there next year for ECSD. I'll have to sleep in my car, but you know, it'll be that. Maybe I'll just bring my hammock, sleep in the hammock. Yeah, I much prefer the 18 to 12 than the 22-14s that I was shooting the quarter inch with. It's definitely the way to go for me. Oh, that flipper is starting to look a little gnarly though. It's really twisted and damaged and fucked up. That's good. Yeah, I personally am not killing anything, but hunting is fine with me, especially if you need the food. Oh yeah, I mean, I know some people get a little bit pissy over the topic, and it sucks because there are some people, you know, that are proud of, you know, when they go out and hunt, and they get, you know, they're proud of it. They want to post a picture saying, look, I harvested I don't know, 2 squirrels and a rabbit, you know, got it with my homemade slingshot, and it's fucking awesome. I'm gonna feed my family, and I've got absolutely no problem with that if that's what they want to do. The trouble is that there's a lot of bleeding hearts out there that are gonna see these pictures, freak out, and then fucking the next thing you know, you got the whole fucking bleeding heart tribe going crazy on everybody, and it's just like, fuck, dude, just if you're doing things within the law, just shut the fuck up about it. Like, that's it. That's what I don't have a hard time with people over certain shit. You're gonna, you know, like people that go deer hunting. You know, you post a picture of deer, and the next thing you know, you got half of social media, you know, wanted to have you unalived. It's just ridiculous. But if it's legal, they're following the laws. They've done nothing wrong. Just let it be. You're completely in your rights. But I know, right now in the UK, they've got a bunch of people that are trying very hard to have slingshots banned. And yeah, there's a couple of kids that are out there doing some bad shit, and you know, they're shooting at swans and all kinds of things, and it's kind of dumb. But you know what? You got police. Have the police find those kids, arrest them, and problem solved. And any more people like them. But for all the people that are just out here doing their thing, having fun, shooting, plinking in the backyard, doing a little bit of hunting here or there, like, just let it be, man. Like, as long as you're within the rules, you're within the rules. I would like to do a couple of hunting videos if I could, but I'm not allowed to do it in my province. Oh, shit. All right. Shot the bands off that one. Woo, that was a good shot. Well, you know what, folks? We're at 2 hours today. I think we're going to call it. I'm just not enjoying shooting these heavier bands. I got to get these swapped out. I'm going to make some real bands for next week. Yo, what's up, Plywood? And then we'll get these things set up for next week. I'll hit Leon up. Maybe we'll have a co-live if he's got some time and I got some time. We'll do a co-live together. It'll be more fun. I see a little banter going back and forth, and we'll call it good. I think that's what we'll do. Sorry, guys. You guys take care. Stay safe. Get out and practice. Be good to each other. I'll see you again soon. I love you guys. You're freaking awesome. Until next week, I'll be back. Bye for now.